Hey y'all, it's Emerald and John and, and Ellie from The Rice Life, and we're here to do Ellie's labor and delivery story. Ellie is 1 month old today, and yeah.
What up, y'all?
So we're not going to try to make it super long because her labor and delivery was pretty short. So and I have John here because of course he remembers things that I'm not going to remember because I was in labor. And so I can honestly say that her blessing way was on the 22nd, I want to say. No, the 21st of January. And she was born on the 26th. So I remember having what I thought was prodromal labor, but I'm pretty sure I was in early labor that day. Because that's the day I started losing my mucus plug and all that. And like I said, that was a Saturday before she was born. But so I lost mucus for about 5 or 6 days before she was born. She was due on February 2nd. I guess we're jumping right into it. She's due on February 2nd, and I've never had an early baby, so I figured that I would go at least at 41 weeks, even though I felt like my body was more prepared this time around, you know, earlier. But I just, in my mind, thought that I was going to go to 41 weeks. And I was hoping that I would because my midwife was actually out of town. The midwife that you see helping to deliver Ellie is was not the midwife that we had the entire pregnancy. She'd actually gone out of town. And so the Tuesday before Ellie was born, she came over and she asked me, you know, do you want to be checked? And, you know, I declined cervical checks. And I'm glad I declined because I'm pretty sure we would have stirred some things up. But like I said, she was not there for Ellie's birth. And when she came that Tuesday, I had a gut feeling that I wouldn't make it because she came back into town the Monday after Ellie was born. But I just knew that she was not going to be there for the birth. Like, my body felt really ready, but I was just hoping and praying that that my body would wait for her. But obviously it didn't. But it doesn't matter because we had a great backup midwife. But anyway, so yeah, she just felt super low the entire week. And the Thursday before she was born, it was about 4:30, and I was at work, and I got 2 contractions like when I was in the restroom, and I was just really angry because we hadn't had anything prepared, guys. And we didn't buy any. We had a few home birth supplies, but not enough to have, not enough to even consider it, you know, ready to have a home birth. So we had a couple things here and there, but we didn't have the pool liner. We didn't have paper towels. We didn't have extra rolls of tissue. We didn't have towels, washcloths, like basically the whole list, guys. I'm going to try to find the list and show you the things that we needed. And you can see we were very overwhelmed. Come here. You can see we were very overwhelmed that Thursday because we didn't have anything ready. So so I started having I had a couple contractions at work, and they were mild, but I knew that it was time. And so I called John, and I was just really angry. And I called him at about, I guess, 4:40 something, I don't know. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this baby's coming soon. I'm pissed off we don't have anything prepared. So when I got home that night, I had a couple mild contractions. And I called my friend Jalisa, and I was just angry because we didn't have anything prepared, because actually I was supposed to go get all the birth stuff that weekend, like finish up the list. Finish up the list. And so I called my friend Jalisa, or she FaceTimed me. Or I FaceTimed her, I can't remember. Y'all, it's been a month ago. But I FaceTimed her and I said, I'm pretty sure I'm in labor, because like I said, I had 2 mild contractions, but my body just felt ready. So I said, I'm in labor. I said, the midwife isn't here until Monday. This was Thursday night. The midwife is gone. And I said, we have nothing prepared. I'm just going to keep my legs closed until Monday. And she was kind of like, okay, girl, like, you say so. But because she honestly, she told me later on that she thought I was going to go into labor the day of the blessing way, because of the way I was walking and losing a lot of mucus and all that. But I still waited 5 days. But anyway, so yes, I called her that night and told her I was in labor. And then I just went into nesting mode, and I told John, I was like, go get everything on the list. And so he went to a couple stores, and he got not even half the list, guys, because it was so late at night. I think by the time he got back, it was what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, about 11:30.
Yeah, and so I had another contraction that night. I only got the 2 right before 10 o'clock, and I didn't have another contraction, and then I went to sleep. And when I woke up at about 1:45 in the morning, I wiped, and I had bloody show and all that jazz. And so I had bloody show, and I had a couple contractions then, and then the contractions started coming like every 30, it was like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It was very sporadic contractions, and they were varying in intensity, but I knew I was in labor. So when we got the kids up and ready for school, I told John, clean up the house. And so we just did a lot of deep cleaning. We did a lot of stuff that morning.
Well, no, what happened was at 4:30 in the morning, you woke up and you were like, all right, John, we gotta get this house clean because I'm gonna have this baby today. And and so we were just, you know, trying to clean up and everything. Then it was time to get the kids ready for school, and so right after I dropped the kids off at the bus stop, well, after the bus picked the kids up and everything, I went out and picked up the rest of the stuff on the list. Yeah. And when I got back, Emerald was pretty much on the bed doing her whole routine of ooh and all the humming and everything like that.
And that was what, 7 something maybe?
No, when I got back it was 9.
Yeah,
because you were on the phone. You were back on the phone with Jaleesa, and I said, oh, that baby's gonna be here by 12.
Yeah.
And the baby got here
12:18.
12:18. So.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. Like the early labor started. I guess I got my first contraction. Like I knew I was gonna go into labor at 1:45. Like when I got the contraction at 1:45 in the morning, and then I FaceTimed Jaleesa at 9. And I remember I got the notification from my app because it was like, oh, you're 39 weeks today. I'll insert that picture because I thought that was pretty cool. That I screenshot my phone as soon as I got that notification saying that my weeks were, you know, my week was switching over. And I was on FaceTime with Jaleesa and I was like, it's the real thing. And from 9 o'clock on, it was like every 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Like they were, you know, it was getting really consistent from about 9 o'clock up until 12:18. And so I say that labor officially started at 9 o'clock just because it was, you know, before the 9 o'clock hour, it was going from 15 minutes, then 7 minutes, then 18 minutes. It was really sporadic, but from 9 o'clock on, they're really consistent. And so the birth assistant got here at like 9:45 maybe. And the birth assistant is also a doula, which is pretty cool because we did not have a doula this time around. We had a doula with Karsyn, and we didn't have one with Kylan or Kaine. And I figured that I would pretty much be able to handle things myself this time, being that it was number 4. And so I didn't enlist the help of a doula. But I never had back labor before, and this time I had back labor, and that was completely different. That was a completely different ball game. The pain was a lot, the sensation was a lot different with back labor. And when I would have a contraction, she would just really need my back, because normally in labor I don't want anyone to touch me. And she
touch or talk.
Yeah, so no touching, no talking. And when she saw that I was, you know, really uncomfortable and I was laying on the bed, she was you know, off to the side taking her notes in the computer, and then she would say, do you want me to knead your back? And at first I said no. Well, at first I thought no, because I was like, I don't want her to touch me. But I was like, oh yes, please, please. And she's just really intuitive, and it seemed like every time I had a contraction, she was right there. Like I didn't have to ask her. I didn't have to say, oh, I'm having a contraction. Like she just heard the tone of my voice, and she would just start kneading my back. And so she was a godsend. The birth assistant / my doula was a godsend, because she had to do that for me because John was gone. Because what happened was we were ready to fill up the pool. We were ready to get the show on the road. And I said, crap, John, we don't have a liner. The last thing on the birth supply list was the pool liner, and we're supposed to get it from this home birth store. And I had completely forgotten about it. I completely, because my midwife had sent it to me through text, and she was like, oh, go here, this is the pool liner. And she sent it to me weeks before. I completely forgot about it.
Well, the big thing too is, you know, she's always gone a week over, so we were like, well, we got 2 weeks,
yeah,
so we're good. There's no worries.
Yeah,
so we're planning on getting all the stuff over the next week and a half, really.
Yeah.
And it was funny because the assistant was like, all right, John, man, we'll go ahead and start filling up the tub and everything, and get the tub blown up. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then that's when Emerald was like, oh my god,
yeah,
we don't have a liner. So the place is about 20 minutes from the house, so I got there in 10. The crazy thing was I didn't know what the type of liner we needed. So I'm sitting trying to call the not doula, but the midwife, and she's in a different time zone because, like we said, she was out of the area. So I couldn't get a hold of her. I was panicking, you know. I was kind of all frantic and everything like that.
And I was like, why did you think to call me?
I didn't. And then the funny, the lady at the store was like, so is the assistant there? I was like, yeah, I don't have her number. Yeah, you know her name? I may have her number. I was like, no, but my wife's there. I know her number. So went ahead and called Emerald and found it out. And the crazy thing was, it was the last one that was available. So
yeah, we got the last pool liner, guys.
So we got that. Took about another 10 minutes to get back to the house. So, and then that was the crazy thing. I didn't realize how much prep actually goes into doing all this stuff, because it took me about 45 minutes to actually get the pool inflated and enough water in there at the right temperature and all that. So it was crazy because right when I got everything just right, that's when Emerald was waddling in there to get up in there.
Yeah, it was like everything. Like when I tell you guys just the series of events, it was just,
it was just all perfect. It was just timing.
Orchestrated by God. I'm telling you, because we got the last pool liner. I was on the bed moaning, and I was like, the baby's coming. Like, I can't take this anymore. I need water. And as soon as I said that, I was like, I don't care if they got it filled up or not. I'm getting in. And I walked in. They were like, here you go. Here's the pool. It just, everything was perfect. And the birth photographer got there maybe at 10 something, I think. And but yeah, because she called me, or I texted her, and then she was like, do you want me to come now? And I was like, oh no, take your time. You know, because she's got to figure out where her kids are going to go and that kind of thing. So she said, she's like, I knew better, because, you know, Kylan, she was the same birth photographer we had with Kylan. And Kylan's was a little less than 3 hours. And so she was like, I know you better than that. So she's like, I'm glad I got here, because she actually got some really great shots of me laboring and that kind of thing, which she wouldn't have gotten if she had come when I told her to come. So she was a really big help. She was helping out with a lot of the birth prep. At this point, even when I was in the water, the midwife is not here yet. Yeah, the midwife had not gotten here. I want to say she got here 45 minutes to an hour before Ellie was born. I just remember opening my eyes and her being there. But at this point, we had the birth photographer, the assistant / doula, John. My mom got here maybe a little bit. Did she get here before or after the midwife?
She got here before the midwife.
So it was my mom and then the midwife. So my mom was here for maybe about an hour before Ellie was born. And then the midwife was here maybe 45 minutes before Ellie was born. And so I got in the pool, guys. I labored in the pool. And everything after that, once I got in the water, it's pretty much a blur for me, because I'm just in the zone. If you watch the video, then you just see that I kind of do my own thing. I'm in my own head. And so that's always have John there to be like, what time was this? What time did that happen? Hey, turkey butt. And so, yeah, so, I mean, the rest of it's pretty much just laboring in the water. One person asked, this might be TMI, but one person asked what they were scooping out of the tub. Yes, I pooped. I didn't poop as much as I normally do. That's because, let me take that. I didn't poop as much as I normally do. Hold on, y'all, let me nurse her. If you saw someone scooping something, that was number 2. I didn't go as much as I normally do, because I was pretty cleansed before going into labor. So that was that. And yeah, so guys, I just labored in the water for, what, an hour? I guess for about an hour or so to an hour and a half laboring. Once I got in the water, but I'm saying an hour to an hour and a half, because labor start to finish from the bed to her being born was 3 hours. And yeah, so I just remember the midwife walking in. I remember my mom walking in right before the midwife, and my mama knows that I don't like anyone to talk, so she walked in and she was about to say hey. I said, hush, quiet. No. And she's like, no, excuse me.
what happened, as soon as she walked in, you said, Mama, no talking. And then she said, like, excuse me. And she said, fine, I'll go in the back with Kylan, since I can't talk.
Yeah, she didn't have an attitude.
Well, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, so, so yeah, so my mom came, the midwife came. Like I said, when I opened my eyes, she was right there. And I just remember asking her, like, what did she see, that kind of thing, because I felt Ellie like go under the pubic bone and then slide back and go under and slide back. So I felt her position was kind of funny, but once she actually got in position, then that's when she was born. And so yeah. I just remember
it was crazy, because Emerald was getting so tired, because, you know, she was, you know, doing, you know, trying to push and all that stuff, you know, trying to work.
Plus I'd worked
and then,
the week before I
worked.
Yeah,
so she had, you know, she was just exhausted. And it was crazy, because she started to go to sleep and everything in between the pushes. And the midwife was like, she needs honey and Gatorade, and she was like, I don't want honey and Gatorade. And then she's like, no, you need it to wake you up so you can get this done. And she was like, all right, fine. And then she got the honey and the Gatorade, and she woke up and started going. But it was wild though, because as Ellie was about to come out, everyone started to scream. She's like, don't scream, turn into a grunt.
Yeah, but I screamed because her shoulders, I could tell her shoulders were getting stiff, and that's what John told me too. He said,
because basically what happened is, at that point, right when she said turn into a grunt, she started to grunt. She grabbed Ellie's shoulders and she started kind of like, looked like she was like driving, like playing like one of those Wii game, like Mario Kart or something. And she was just like going back and forth like that right there. And all of a sudden, as soon as she said, "Arr!" and then I was like, "Boop."
Yeah, because like I told y'all, that thug tear fell, and that was because I literally felt her kind of like moving Ellie, because Ellie's got very wide shoulders. She's got shoulders just like the boys, And but the midwife just knew what to do. And so yeah, we're talking about you. And like I said in the video, when you see me do that scream, that's because she was, to me, pulling really hard to get her out, but it was kind of like,
oh yeah, she wasn't being gentle, that's for sure.
But it was one of those things where it's like, you gotta get baby out because, you know, there's a risk of shoulder dystocia and that kind of thing. So she did what she had to do, which I'm really glad about. And so I love the fact that she was really direct, and she told me, you know, don't scream, grunt, because in that moment, all you're thinking is, oh my gosh, you know, this is a lot, this is pretty intense. And so I really like that she kind of wrangled me back in. And as you see, I didn't scream, I grunted, and Ellie was born at 12:18 p.m. And as soon as I saw her, I saw so much hair. It was like a split-second thing. Because, of course, if you don't know, we didn't know if she was a boy or a girl. And so when I looked down, I saw all that hair, and I immediately thought, oh, it's a boy. Because Kaine had a ton of hair, Kylan had a ton of hair, and Karsyn had no hair. And so as soon as I saw that hair, I was like, oh, it's a little boy. It was, like I said, a split-second thing. And then when I looked between her legs, I was like, oh my gosh, that's not a girl.
That's when if you see the other video, that's when she started asking all the questions to every single buddy in the room.
Yeah, that's when it got real. And so it's funny, I don't think I put it in video because I have a ton of deleted scenes. But I remember asking my mom to check over and over and over when I was still in the water, and we had the towel like wrapped around Ellie, and I was like, Mom, look, like, is it a girl? Is it seriously a girl? She's like, Emerald, for the last time, it's a girl. And so I remember just seeing her, and all I could think about was oh, big burp. I remember seeing her, excuse me y'all, look, this is real life, okay? But I remember seeing her, and all I could think was, oh my gosh, Karsyn. I even said in the video, I said, Carson's gonna flip. Because, you know, the boys, they really didn't care if it was a boy or girl, because, you know, they've got each other. It's two brothers. And so the main thing was we knew that Karsyn wanted her sister really bad. And the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, Karsyn, she's gonna be so happy. So, so yeah, so she is so happy to have her little sister, Mrs. Ellie. And like I said, Ellie is 1 month today, and her labor and delivery to me could not have gone more perfect. It was like I said, from beginning to end, from us feeling like we were not prepared at all for a home birth, you know, supply wise.
And it went as smoothly as it possibly could have.
Like I said, guys, it could not have gone more seamless. Ellie's here, she's perfect. She's 1 month. Her appointment is next week, so I will do a 1 month update with her when we have her appointment, and that'll also be my, I guess, 1 month postpartum, because the midwife is going to come next week too and check on us. And so I guess I will do my postpartum update next week. But like I said, guys, from us feeling like we didn't have anything prepared, from us feeling like, oh my gosh, we don't have supplies ready. I have a backup midwife that I've never met, but now she's got to deliver my baby. I could not have pictured the backup midwife not being there. Like, I just felt we had an awesome experience. Like I said, all the supplies, everything ran so smoothly, and we just couldn't have asked for a better home birth. So, oh, big burp. And so if you have any more questions about her labor and delivery, let us know. She was 7.5 pounds, 20 3/4 inches long, and she was born at 12:18 p.m. And yeah, so like I said, guys, I guess I can show you Miss Ellie up close. She's 1 month old today, and we are still in love.
You ready for a close up?
Yeah, she was born with a ton of hair, as you can see. And she is my twin, y'all, right, John?
I let her stay that way.
Yeah, she looks like me, because with all the kids, I feel like they look like me a little, then they look just like John. So, like by the 6 month mark, they're his twin. So, but with her, she looks the most like me, like starting out, and I'm like, she may end up staying looking like me. I don't know, it'd be pretty cool. But everyone already says she is my twin. Say hey, pretty girl. So y'all, she's a really good baby, and I'm not gonna update too much on her because her update is coming up soon. But look at all that hair, guys. I still can't believe how much hair she has. That's just insane. So this is baby girl. And like I said, if you have any more questions about her labor and delivery, oh, I'm sorry, let us know. And we will see y'all in our next video. Bye.
Bye.
Like and subscribe. Join